Hi Scrappy friends! This video you're about to watch is a bring over from my Facebook page where I also do a border to page series, and I eventually want to house everything over here on YouTube, so I'll be doing a couple more of these over the next couple weeks. And this was an episode that previously aired back in I think February or March of 2023. So if you haven't seen it, I hope you enjoy it, and if you have seen it, maybe it'll be a good refresher for you. Okay, so here we go. Hi, Scrappy friends. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Today we are going to go into our 110 scrapbooking border ideas and sketchbook. And we are going to take a sketch, make it into a border, and then turn it into a layout. Today we're going to make a one-page layout. So if you have this book, go ahead and open up to page 107, and that's the sketch we're going to use. If you don't have the book, that's okay, because I'm going to put the sketch right here on the screen for you and tell you how you can find it. Like I said, this is the sketch on page 107. I will link the original blog post in the description above, but let's take a look at this sketch. So our border consists of a base, and the special technique for this is that they did an edge punch along one side of the base, and then there's a layer on top of that base, and again they did another edge punch using the same punch, and that's our special technique today. Edge punch on the base and on the first layer. Then there's a second layer, which is about a 2-inch piece, and it could be a straight cut of paper. It could be two pieces of paper linked together. In the inspiration, I believe that was maybe a cut apart sheet and some layered paper, but we'll be using two pieces of layered paper to make our centerpiece today. So that'll be the second layer on our border. And they have a border strip running across the top. And I'll give you some ideas on how we can change that up. And then some embellishments, and they also included the title here, so that's wonderful. And let's come on back to my desk and I'll show you what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the new Painted Garden collection, and I've chose these papers. Let me lay them out like this. For my border, this green will be the background to my layout. Let me put that aside. And it'll be these three papers that I'm going to use to create the base or the border. So I'll have the base and then the two layers. Okay, and I'll be using the back side of one of these to help me make that middle portion that we just talked about. And then I'm going to bring in the stickers, some of the stickers, and some of the embellishments. Let me put all that aside and we'll get going. So for my border punch, I'm going to use the Floral Peaks. It's a new punch that just came out along with the Painted Garden collection. And that's what I'm going to use for my treatment on my base and my layer. So let me go ahead and put the sketch up here on the screen for you. So let's start first by making our base. So in our inspiration, you'll see that the base sticks out the bottom. It's the red part, and then it also sticks out the top. So it's going to be a little bit, that's going to be the biggest piece today. This one is going to be cut at 2 5/8. So 5/8 is the longest line after the 1/2 inch mark. So I'm going to just try and visualize putting the biggest peak of this border punch at the 5/8. It's a little bit tricky, and you should line it up at the bottom and the top as best as you could. There's no line for it, and then it'll be close enough. Okay, so that's the first part. That's going to be the base. Now the next layer is the same thing. It's going to have the same border punch. I'm going to use this part over here because it has a lot more colors in it. So this will be our first layer, and this one is going to be smaller than the pink one or the coral one. So we're going to trim this one at 2 1/4. Again, we want the highest peak. There we go. Let's see what we have here. So when I layer mine, I just want a little bit poking through. So So it's going to look like that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down, just eyeballing it to kind of have the same width all the way through. Okay, there's that. And now for our second layer, which is that 2-inch part, I'm going to use 1 inch of the stripe paper, and then I'm going to also do 1 inch of the back side of the coral ombre or the wash look, and use 1 inch of this triangle piece. And let's see, the border's I'm gonna have it sit like this. I think I'm going to cover up a lot of my punch, but that's by design. I just want a little bit of my border punch to show through. Let me grab a piece of white paper. So I just want mine to look like this. You would show however much you would want on yours, but I just want the petal portion, if you will, on this punch to show through. I'm going to put it like that, and then I'll layer the other one on top of it. Okay, and then this one, I want a little bit of the green poking through. So I'm going to lay it just a tad like that. And I'm going to just eyeball that. Of course, you could use your ruler or your gray mat if you wanted to. Now, I do want to kind of cover up this seam right here. It's kind of what they did in that inspiration, but I don't want paper. I pulled out some washi tape that I want to use on mine. So you can put here a 1/4 inch strip of paper, washi tape. This is probably about 1/4 inch. And I'm just gonna lay it right over my seam to cover that up. Okay, so there's the border. Now, let me bring in my actual base page and I'll show you what I'm gonna do with this. Okay, there we go. It's gonna look like this. Let's put that up so you can see it. I'm gonna use mine off to the left-hand side and have all this room over here for my photos. In our inspiration and our sketch, they used 2 bigger embellishments and they just overlapped them. And in this painted garden collection, we actually had these 2 embellishments that came with it, and I thought that would be perfect to kind of represent the 2 hearts, but I'm gonna use these circles that have the petals in the middle. And the photos I'm using today have nothing to do with the garden. They are some school photos from my daughter, 3rd grade, I believe. And I'm gonna use this page to add this page to her school book that I've started working on. And it's just a couple of different awards that she received. So I'm just going to put 2, it's different awards, 2 different days. So I'm going to just put them, the top will be 1 day and the bottom will be a 2nd day. I'm not going to have anything to do with the garden necessarily. I just liked the paper and thought it would be perfect for this layout. So I'm going to keep these loose for a little bit till I decide for sure where I'm going to put these photos. But I think what I want to do is bring in some more paper underneath, bring in a layer of something. The opposite side of this is my background, is this beautiful wash that we used for our border, which you can hardly see now, but that's okay. So we are going to cut this. I want it to go down this way and then out to house pretty much all my photos. Let's see how big it is. Let's start with that. Okay, so it's 9.5 inches. So there we go. It'll be 9.5 inches, but I don't need the whole. Let's see. Let's do it. If it doesn't work out, we'll have to grab the paper back and bring in some more. Okay, so 8.5. I could trim it down a little more if I need to. So there we go. I want it to come out from the base, the border, and all my photos will go on top. I already mounted these on these photos to save us a little bit of time today. I put them on some green paper from the same collection. Just put a little bit of more color and interest behind those photos. There we go. That's how the photos are going to lay. So let's embellish, okay? Then here's going to be my main embellishing, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get a triangle on this page because for me it's more important to get all these photos. I want all 4 photos. I don't want to make a 2-page spread for this event or this topic, so I'm going to probably just do 2 clusters. First, I'm going to actually bring in my journaling spot. I took some paper. It's actually the same paper that I used over here, and I just ran it through my die cut with a scalloped die, and then some of white journaling paper. And I think I'm going to put it right down here so I can kind of explain what's going on. And then from the sticker sheet, it has this sticker. It's another circle element with the petals. I put that up on a little foam tape, and I think what I'm going to do is to add it right up here to kind of give this 3. I know in our inspiration they only use 2, but I thought, and those are all the elements from the collection that had the little petals on it, so I thought they would look really great being used all together on one layout. Let's see what else I pulled out. I went ahead and pulled some things just to speed up our time here. So this one, these little sprigs, I just love these. I wish I need a whole pack of just little sprigs. So I'm going to put that one there, and then actually that one's a little bigger. It should probably come up here. And then I have another smaller one. I'm just tucking it in behind my journaling spot there. And then some flowers. Let's see, I had a little one. This little one, I really don't want the stem showing at all, but I thought it would be cute if I could just pop it up. I don't want to pop it up on foam tape because then it's going to adjust my journaling spot, but it layered on top of that sprig. There we go. And then we'll add some flowers up here as well. I picked out this little phrase from the little word stickers on the sticker sheet, and it says the little things. I mean, of course, getting an award in school isn't necessarily a little thing, but I think it's kind of fun to, like, you know, in all the scheme of life, this is just one little event that took place at her school during that year. So I thought it was pretty fitting. I also have a title. Well, I'm having a little issue right here. They're moving around. Okay. I kind of want it tucked in, but still be able to read it and see the flowers popping out like that. And this one also says, all things grow with love. I thought that's super cute because, you know, she's 3rd grade and earning her teacher's here helping her grow and learning. I have this one I pulled in. I was sorting out some titles and I saw this and I thought that's kind of cute. I wonder if I could fit it in there, and that could be like my main title. And then the last thing I want to do is bring in a little bit of bling. This collection comes with these beautiful crystal-y looking gems. And let's see, what color do we want? Probably, I love that it's on the clear so you can kind of move it around. I like the darker green so far. Let's try that. I just use my tool so I can kind of move it around. There we go. Probably like that, or maybe up onto the paper. I'm just going to lay it gently so it still could be moved. There we go. I like it like that better. And then let's add one over in our other cluster so that at least they're consistent. There we go. I just like to move it around till I find the spot. Once I feel like, hey, that's where it is, then that's where it's going to be. Let me take this off. I'm not sure I want that. So there we go. That's our Workshop Wednesday for today. I just wanted to come on and do a border from our book. Wanted to quickly show you how we can take a border, recreate the same style that was in the book, but to what we needed for our layout, and then use it right away into a one-page layout. So I hope you liked that, and I hope that that was useful for you. And thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And until next time, take care. Okay? Bye-bye.